Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome. So we're here today with a Lat Bible TV video. This one is titled, I Don't Regret Killing. Not me. That's just the title of the video. Alright. I'm a good boy. Yeah, but with that said, go check out the original one. I will have a link in the description down below so you guys can check it out. And with that said, let's hop into this Lat Bible TV episode. I've been very much enjoying their videos in regards to just life of crime and so on and so forth. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Just making sure that the audio is recording. Coolio. Let me turn on the subtitles. Nah, I probably won't need them, but just for people that are watching along, might need them. With that said, let us get ready to rock and roll.
You, rapist monster man, is not taking this baseball bat off of me. So if I have to keep swinging it and hitting you, so you can't take it off of me, maybe turn it back on me, then that's what's going to happen. And I just kept swinging it until he stopped trying to grab it.
Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. A murderer.
What kind of kid were you when you were growing up?
Active, energetic, confident.
Sounds like me. Oh no.
Outspoken.
Oh no.
Shy.
Oh no.
I don't know, I felt like a bit of a protector around my friends.
Oh no, stop it.
Stop it. That, a bit of a defender.
Now
you could say that.
You sound more and more like me.
I don't know, I was a type of teenager that just wouldn't have it, and I wouldn't take anybody bullying me or taking advantage of me.
That's not me.
Like that.
I didn't care.
People taking advantage of anybody close to me neither, innit?
See, I was never bullied. But I feel like even if I was, because I've been in a fight, I've been in fights obviously, but I've never fought back. So I don't know whether that actually counts as being in a fight. People would get angry, whatever, how fight starts, and I'd just be like, okay, just getting hit, okay, are you done? Are you done? That's kind of just my attitude. So that wasn't me. I guess you could call that bullying, but I was just didn't bother me. Getting hit by. The way I always describe myself is that I'm a pacifist, but I am fucking sturdy as fuck. And I think that's just because I grew up playing so much sport, and I was the kind of person that would run into, playing football / soccer. I was the kind of person that would run into slide tackles and whatnot, because I'm nothing can break me, and I never broke a bone. So I've got confidence in myself, if that makes sense. So I didn't really care. Being in fight was the funniest thing ever, which is actually why I always wanted to get into boxing or UFC. I know we're gonna off topic here, but it's the reason why I always wanted to get into boxing or UFC, just so I could see whether I'm actually sturdy and actually I don't want to say indestructible, but actually able to take a lot of pain, or whether that was just because the people that I was fighting were just not very strong. I don't know which one it would be, but that's kind of that's why I always wanted to try boxing, just for the sake of just seeing if I'm actually sturdy or whether that's just all a farce.
What would you say was a turning point in your life?
No, subtitles are already there. Don't need to.
It has to be in 2003, innit, when I was 19, and my best friend at the time called me. He told me that him and his girlfriend, he was with at the time, been going for a bit of a rough patch, not talking to each other maybe for a week or two,
Okay.
On and off sort of thing. But during that period of time when they were going through their rough patch, his girlfriend got raped by somebody.
Oh wow.
She said to him that she was with this guy in his house that she met, because his brother was in the house with his girlfriend and other people, friends were around the house just drinking and maybe smoking, listening to music in the front room. They were talking about relationship things and stuff like that. So apparently he wanted to give her some privacy, have a conversation in the bedroom. So she went with him, took her a drink in the bedroom, and then he closed the door. He forced himself on top of her. She told him to get off. He wouldn't stop. He was saying things like, I'm going to tell your man I'm f***ing you, and I'm taking you away from your man, and your p*** is mine, nobody can stop me from
Man,
doing this.
should
I
have just
was
stabbed him
absolutely
right there and
crying.
then.
And she was crying and saying, telling him to get off, and he wouldn't
I don't condone violence, by the way.
stop, and he wouldn't get off.
Should have
And
just
she was
stabbed him, though.
terrified and scared, so she just let him do what he wanted to do until he stopped. When my boy first told me what happened, I said to him, "Why didn't your girl go to the police?" And he said she's scared to go to the police. And she just wanted him to do something to just stop this man from, troubling her again, confronting her,
How much did you know about this man?
Not much.
Nothing
I would
much
assume.
really, apart from that he was calling himself a gangster from the area.
Yeah.
And, this is what he was telling her.
A
and she
hard
was
man.
obviously relaying that to my boy, who relayed it to me. So we didn't really know much. He's called bigging himself up, making himself seem tough. Like I said, gangster, this, that, and the other. He said he got a lot of guys working for him and stuff like that. So to hear that on top of what he already done, in my mind, it was intimidating. I was like, wow, this guy, he's doing a lot.
He's serious.
So he's not to be taken lightly, To approach this man with caution. Because they're approaching somebody that's done something so vicious, so savage, so unhumanly, Man's moving like an animal. Could move like an animal with us. Could be walking into a situation, confronting this man, but we all end up hurt. Or even worse.
Mm-hmm.
It was my boy's plan and his girl's plan. And what they done basically is phone the man back, and she asked him to come and meet her. The plan was he was gonna pull up at the bus stop, or he did, and meet her. We was in a phone box waiting for him with 2 baseball bats. And when he did arrive, came out the phone box, we approached him as he was talking to the girl. He saw us coming.
Ran, I'm assuming.
He grabbed the girl and held her like a shield. So automatically as well in my head I'm thinking, wow, this guy, he's done something. He knows he's done something wrong, because why would you see two people coming
and
towards
hold
you, even if you see them with baseball bats in their hand, unless you've done something wrong and got a
True.
guilty conscience, why are you gonna grab the female that you've come to pick up and have fun
True.
with and have sex with, or whatever you're gonna do? Why are you gonna grab her like that and hold her like a shield? You've done something guilty. My reaction was to hit him with the bat to get him off of the girl. My boy done the same thing, hit him a few times. He let go of the girl. Then obviously he was trying to disarm me and take my bat off of me. Because at these times, I think Cody's over across the road smashing up the car. I'm tussling him with the man, going back and forth. He's trying to get the bat off me. I'm hitting him some more. He dropped on the floor on one knee. And then I just ran across the road, shouted to my boy, let's go. We ran off. And that was it, basically.
Okay. Okay.
So when you left, he was just on the street. He was just lying down on the floor.
Yeah, I didn't leave him lying on the floor. He was on one knee. Like, he broke his fall and it was on one knee.
Take the knee, cadet. Take the knee. You're my queen.
What emotions were you going through when you took that revenge?
It was more just a human reaction thing, innit?
That's what it really feels like, probably.
Rapist monster man is not taking this baseball bat off of me. So if I have to keep swinging it and hitting you so you can't take it off of me, and maybe turn it back on me, then that's what's going to happen. And I just kept swinging it until he stopped trying to grab it. From where I lived at the time, we could see the police put up the tent around his body and all the road taped off and stuff. And they were just there for hours. And that's why I started to think this has probably gone way too far, because why is there a tent around him? Why didn't they just put him in an ambulance and take him off? Like, what's going on? Usually tent means
Dead.
Corpse, blue tape. What's going on? Is this man dead? He can't be dead. I only hit him a few times with a baseball bat in the head and around the shoulder, neck, and wherever else. But looking back on it again, how many times did I actually hit him? He said, I don't know, because it's in the heat of the moment when you're swinging and swinging and swinging.
Understandable.
You don't know. I'm not keeping count. It's about, 5 or 6 days later, Crime Stoppers put posters up around the streets where it happened, saying that the man had died. Is there any information on this man? Because he's not known to the police. Obviously, he was in the country on a legal passport or whatever, legal immigrant, whatever they call it. So they wanted to know who he was and any information. So there was a point where I kind of accepted, if I get caught, I get caught, because it is what it is, innit? It must be part of my destiny, innit?
Done
Must
the
be part of
crime,
my fate. I
pay the
just
time.
accepted it, innit? Like, I've done the crime. I don't care if I gotta do the time.
Ah, come on, man. I'm on fire today.
I can say I know what I've done. You know, and I know what reason I've done it for.
How did it feel in that moment to actually realize that you killed someone?
He'll live. Actually, no, he won't.
To this day, you know, it's a strange feeling. Sometimes you don't really know what that feeling is, but it's there. It's hard to explain.
Did he get away with it? That's what I'm wondering, because, like, 25 years, to be fair.
I know. Feel bad about yourself, and then you question yourself. Like, am I a bad person? Am I a good person? You know, am I wrong? Am I right? I know I'm a religious person as well, so I think it's in the hands of God, innit? It's for God to judge me, no one else.
So how did you get
He
caught?
did
How
get
did you get
caught.
arrested?
And it's about a month after or something like that, then all of my door, my colleague's door, even my sister's door, the police kicked off about 5 or 6 doors simultaneously and just arrested all of us on murder or suspicion of murder. The court hearing was hard, you know, for me, because all I'm thinking is, I just want this jury to hear from the girl so they can put themselves in my shoes and feel like how I felt that night. You know, and be like, well, are you going to go out and help this girl and tell this rapist man to stay away from her? Or are you just
It's a strange
going to sit
situation.
on your hands and do nothing? So the jury, they were asking where the girl is in our trial because she was excluded from our trial. She got a plea bargain for conspiracy to assault. She's the reason why her and this guy, why this all started. Obviously, we're not going to hear from the guy. We need to hear from her. And they didn't get to hear from her, so it was difficult for me, you know? Sitting in there as a young black man.
I don't get this then. I don't regret killing. Because I get it, you say, you know, it is what it is, it happened. But, like, the girl has to, like, at least... If that was me and the girl, like, basically ghosted, giving her side of the thing, or her side of things, if I'm getting out, hey...
Oh my God.
We're having a word.
I'm already on the back foot. Yeah, just had to just sit there and just take it all in. And then sometimes when your barrister isn't saying what you want him to say and fighting for you how you want him to fight, then, you know, you can't really jump up in the court and...
Alright, I'm sorry. Just saying that. Stop blaming the barristers, alright? We're just trying our best, alright? Stop blaming us. there are protocols and procedures that we need to follow, alright? Calm down, calma, alright? Just saying.
Start saying, no, you didn't say that right. You're supposed to say this and say that. Because obviously it compromises your character. You're going to have a whole jury looking at you like you're some savage. You're not trying to be a savage, are you? You're just trying to be a normal person. And then there was another part of the trial where me and my co-defendant could have been given a manslaughter charge, a deal by the prosecution, but my co-defendant didn't want to accept the manslaughter.
What?
So they said if we're not having both of them on the manslaughter, then it's nothing at all. They can both stay on the murder charge.
Co-defendant is an idiot.
So I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was mad at my co-defendant. I was like, why aren't you taking the lesser charge? This manslaughter means you can go home soon. 5, 10 years or whatever.
Well,
it's not a life.
I'm not gonna explain it. You know what? Nah. I think most people at least have an idea that manslaughter is significantly, you know, you can get harsh sentences, but it's significantly less than murder.
Sentence. If you go down for murder, that's life sentence, life license. You're always gonna be on your ass until you're dead.
What was your sentence?
It was 12 years, but I did 8 months on remand, so the judge ended up sentencing me to 11 years and 127 days. It's only 19 at the time. I'll get out when I'm 30-something.
What was the first night in prison like?
But me personally, I couldn't really sleep. All the noise, the smell. So many things going through your brain. That was gonna happen the next day.
Yo, real talk, yeah. This man was betrayed. This man was betrayed. First, the girl didn't speak up, and then second of all, his friend was like, "Yo, fuck manslaughter, bro. We're getting out of here. We're running free." I'm like, bro, take it. That was a great deal.
The next month, the next years.
What was the hardest thing for you in jail?
Just missing my family. Really. Missing my family, yeah. Visits and that. When they send you far to these country jails and you're from London and your family can't make it there and stuff like that, Or even getting ghosted. That's the worst. You're looking forward to a visit and go and sit on the visit. The visit's on sometimes 2 hours, 45 minutes. You get out there early. You know what I mean? After shaved up, fresh trim and that, you know what I mean? Some these jails can only wear prison shirts. You spent time ironing out your prison shirt and stuff like that. You're sitting there. No one's coming. People start offering you drinks and that. Oh, do you want a drink? Something to eat?
Pity drinks.
You're like, no, I'm alright. My people will be here soon. No one's coming.
No
and
one
the
came.
officers are like, sorry, mate. Do you want to go back to the wing? It's so embarrassing. It's hurtful.
Yeah.
It's a ghosting, because you put so much energy and, like emotion into looking forward to your visit and then you don't get it. It's horrible. It's horrible. Especially when you're supposed to go on a visit and get something to make your night more easier, and bless up the man them on the wing and it don't happen. It's horrible.
I wonder how you were treated in prison by other inmates. Do you think their attitude is different when you are serving time for murder?
In my circumstances, everyone I've met to this day can condone what I've done because they say, what, you killed a rapist? Fair play to you, mate. I would have done the same thing. The governors tell me that. I've had the wing officers tell me that,
Look, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. Intimidation is where I'd end it at, and I would make I would make that person's life hell. Like, there are ways that how would I go about phrasing this? There are ways of making someone's life hell, ruining someone's entire careers, an entire life, without having to physically hurt them. And I would be going down that route. And there are many of those routes. And that's obviously different times, I guess. But nowadays I can think of a lot of ways to ruin people's lives. And that's how I would go about it. But
number one governors of the prison telling me they would have done the same thing or telling me they would have done worse to the guy and stuff like that. So I don't know. I suppose that gave me a more easier time in prison, because people just had nothing but respect for what I done,
I'm a petty person, not a violent one.
Everyone's got a mother or a sister or a daughter, Oh well, it's the system that's fucked. They should have never locked you up. That's what most people say to me. How can they lock you up for what you done? Me personally, I just took each day as it come. And luckily for me, just being confident, I got through it, all right. I'm out now. I've been out for about, a year and a half now. Been doing little 1 and 2 jobs here, construction, maybe a little deliveries here and there, concentrating on my music, And yeah, it's all right this time. No going back. I'm here and talking to you. So yeah, it's going all right so far, so good, isn't it? Fingers crossed, like they say.
Have you ever seen your friend or his girlfriend after what happened?
No, I haven't,
Bro, no way.
I don't even know how I'd feel if I was to see them, to bump into them. I wouldn't even know what to say. I'd be speechless. Like, so much to say, but it's so much I just wouldn't want to say. I just want to carry on with my life and don't even probably go back there, man.
Do you have any regrets about what you did?
I mean, based on the title, no?
No, I don't, Because I believe what I done was right. From my heart. the girlfriend I was with at the time, when she saw the murder poster go up in the area, she said, I know that guy's face. Before I met you a year ago, I was in a hairdresser's and half of it's a barber's. And at the back's the toilet. I went at the back to use the toilet. That guy there, he followed me into the toilet, shut the door behind, and said, give me some pussy. I said no, and he wouldn't let me get at the bathroom. And I said, if you don't move, I'm gonna scream. And then he let me out the bathroom. I said, what, that same guy? She said, yeah. I said, are you sure? She said, yes, I'm sure. Him. I said, wow.
Stuffed a monster. But
look at that for a coincidence.
That's much.
So, putting that with what happened to my co-defendant's girlfriend made me feel like too many things pointing towards this guy being a paedophile, rapist, scumbag. So I've looked at it in my head time and time again, over and over again. Am I wrong? Am I right? And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like, yeah, I'm kind of right. There's one less rapist on the earth, and that's got to be a good thing.
Do you think it's the right thing to take power in your own hands in this sense?
That's a fantastic question.
To address this.
The police officer got raped and murdered a girl the other day. So how can you go to the police?
Yeah, but that's
a police officer was convicted for rape.
Yeah, but that's one person. I'm gonna get people in the comments that are gonna be like ACAB. I don't look at it. I don't look at an organization. I look at it as, how would I phrase it? I don't look at group of people that are an organization, that form an organization, as like, you know, if there's one rotten egg, there is all of them are rotten eggs. I tend to believe in the goodness and, you know, the, how would I phrase it? Yeah, no, that's not a good way of phrasing it. I believe in the goodness of people. Honestly, I've never had a bad experience with the police. That's probably also why. Probably helps that I live in Europe. I've never had a bad experience with the police. I've had an experience with the police. Somebody tried threatening my life once, but yeah, they were drunk, so it's like whatever. Honestly, like they were calm, chill when they're like not drunk, but when they were drunk, they would threaten people, but like not actually do anything. They'd be that kind of person. But yeah, when I was like, when you're like a 8-9-year-old kid and somebody threatens you, well. That then went to court. Police was extremely helpful. Everything. As I said, I've just never had a bad experience with police. So, from my experience, And I also, as I said, I believe in people's goodness. I don't think, you know, just because there's a few rotten eggs somewhere, that all of them are rotten eggs. I think the biggest institution that would apply to is actually the government, any government. And just because there's a few rotten people in government, or maybe even like a lot of people that are rotten in government, maybe even the majority of people, I don't look at it as like, no, they are all corrupt. Just those individuals are, if that makes sense.
Raping and killing a girl the other day, right? So where are we going with this? The police are doing the same things. So how can you go to the police? How can girls go to the police? They're going to go to their boyfriends. They're going to go to their friends. They're going to go to their brothers. They're going to go to their dads. They're going to go to somebody that's probably going to do something about it straight away and not be like, we're going to investigate and give you a crime number and get back to you. And you're scared to go to the shops now. You can't go out your house. Scared. How much women out there are being raped and violated and kids are being violated and by paedophiles and that. Ask them how they feel about people like that, whether we should take the law into our own hands and sometimes dish out our own justice. If it's a monster, then, you know, I'm not really haunted by that, you know. Would you? Would you do the same thing for your friend, for your mum, for your sister, for your brother? You know? Makes us question our own selves, innit, as humans, innit?
Would you do the same thing again?
I mean, based on his answer,
yes.
yes.
That situation again. I have to defend it. I'm a defender. If I have to live my life in prison being a defender, then that's what I'm gonna have to do, innit? And then if I have to die in prison being a defender, then I'm gonna die in prison being a defender. And at least I can live in myself in my cell and say I defended something for the right reason.
I love things like these just because they raise ethical but also obviously legal questions, and 9 times out of 10 I side with the law, and that's probably just because of actually like studying the law. But even like before studying the law and whatnot, I used to side with the law, which is why I got interested in law, so on and so forth. Overall though, very, very interesting, very, very exciting, very, very thoughtful, and very, very insightful video. I guess I'll ask the question to all of you. Would you, if that was your friend's girl, would you? I wouldn't. As I said, I wouldn't. If it was someone close to me, like let's say it's, my mum or something, I wouldn't also, just because I'm not a violent person. But what I would do is I'd ruin their lives. And as I said, there are many ways you can ruin someone's life. A few connections go a long way, basically. And because the thing I don't know is like, if let's say it was a family member, right? I could see this going two ways. I could either see it go, because I'm not angry. I don't get violent. I'm not angry or violent. But I could see this going two ways. I would do very methodical. I definitely seek revenge, right? Like, let's not kid ourselves. I definitely seek revenge, but I think because I'm so methodical, there are certain ways that I'd go about it. So I'd even ruin their life, or it is probably worse, in all honesty, than killing someone. I'd torture them very slowly, like that. I'm not a violent. Like, I wouldn't do it for to release the built up and pent up anger and aggression. I'd do it to teach them a lesson more than anything. I feel like, so I'd be very methodical, taken from the street. I'm sounding evil right now, but taken from a street, tied to a chair, and then they're gonna stay there for a year, and we all like fingernails, right? But I don't know. I could see. I don't think I'd do that. I think I'm too nice for that. Really, I think I'm too nice for that. Right? I'm a nice person. And you can be a nice person too if you like and subscribe. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you would do if that happened to if it happened to a friend's partner, and then 2, if it happened to someone, a family member of yours, or maybe your daughter or something. What would you do? Let me know, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Everyone, until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and as always, bye.